Today we're going to be tackling some random odds and ends, but we're going to start on the Land Cruiser. So I have this awesome mount here that was made by Lee over at Solve Function. What this is going to do is it's going to mount here on the roof of the Land Cruiser, and it's going to allow us to run the Auxbeam panel up there, which is going to be a lot easier to access and see, and it's just going to be a lot cleaner to have that up there on the roof. I finally have a battery mount that I want to get installed because this battery's just been in here flopping around since I built this truck, which is not good. Probably want to get this razor blade out of here too, right? And then just some other random things, like I want to install an exhaust on my dirt bike. So I guess let's get to it. The installation is going to be pretty straightforward. We have to pop off the old existing trim pieces, put in the new trim piece from Solve Function along with the tan piece that I'm taking off here, a couple screws to pop it off, and we're good to go. The hard part is going to be running the wires in a nice clean way to the Auxbeam panel that's going to be mounted up here. I got the old piece out. We're gonna put the new one in, but follow me over to my area where I have it and I'll show you how it works. Excuse the mess. I've been building an engine for my Supra, so you know, here's the new 2J, but everything on this table is a complete disaster, so sorry. But we have the old nasty looking interior piece here, and this is just a terrible color, especially when you combine it with this tan color here. I don't know if this is how they looked when they were new, but if it is, this is just a terrible combination of two colors. So we're going to keep this light switch and sunroof cover. We're going to ditch this guy, and this piece from Solve Function is going to be what replaces it. And you can see this tan color actually looks a lot better on the black than it does on this like fake leather color here. So we're going to keep this piece. It's going to mount to this new Solve Function black piece here. And then on the Solve Function piece, you can see we have mounting holes for the Auxbeam itself. And then we have a hole for the wiring harness too. So this is going to, if I just set this down for a second so I can hold it, this is going to mount just like this. It's going to be on the ceiling of the Land Cruiser, and it's going to look really, really cool. So now I have to figure out how to route that wiring without damaging my headliner. All right, well, after taking apart the entire driver's side on the A-pillar, we have the grab handle off, we have the under dash part taken out, we have part of the actual weather stripping and everything taken off on the driver's side too. I determined I'd rather run it through the passenger side, following the path of the sunroof drain, because there's just a lot less stuff on the passenger side of the truck, so it's easier to route it. And what I did was I pulled a wire, as you can see right here, through the port for the I want to say the fan for the visor, fish that through. I did have to use a camera, which is what this guy is here, to actually look up inside of the body here to pull that through. But as you can see, maybe not, I have the wire attached to the harness for the Auxbeam, and now when I pull this, that is pulling this. So that goes behind the metal and everything from this pillar, which means we won't see the harness behind the actual fabric right here, which is good. And then we're gonna pull that up and around, and hopefully I can pull it from here to here. And then that'll be it for routing the wiring harness. The harness is pulled through the headliner, so now I have it hooked up to the Auxbeam temporarily just before I go ahead and button everything up, because I want to make sure that this still works. I've been tugging on this wire a lot to pull it through this entire run right here. It goes all the way down to the passenger floorboard. So I'm going to go ahead and turn the ignition on, if I can get the key, and make sure that this thing still works. And if it does, which it looks like it does, then we can go ahead and button everything up. So let's turn on the compressor. Yep, we're good. All right, let's button it up. So because of the way that I routed this wire, I have to make a quick little channel for the wire to sit in, because right here where the wire comes through, it can either go above the actual like skeleton on top of the cab on the body, which is kind of blocked by the motor for the sunroof, or it can go under the headliner in between the body and the headliner, which is what I decided to do because it's just easier. But now this won't mount flush, so I have to make a little, with a file here, just a little channel for that wire to sit in. Should be really easy. Got the interior all back together, and as you guys can see, that thing looks way better than what was there before. Really cool mounting solution. Looks really good. Everything works, everything functions, you know, just as we would expect, because nothing really changed except our mount, of course. And as far as the wiring goes, you cannot see it under the headliner whatsoever. Super clean install, especially compared to this old piece of crap here. So now I want to get my battery mount installed, and also Lee over at Solve Function sent me these cool little tire valves that basically stay on the wheel, and we don't have to worry about losing them. So we're going to go ahead and get these installed too. So yeah, I'm stoked on the way that Auxbeam mount came out. If you guys ever need anything for your 80 series Land Cruiser that's 3D printed, go ahead and check out Lee's website. It's called solvefunction.com. I'll leave a link right here and also in the description below. Make sure you check it out. He's always been helpful for this 80 series build ever since I got it, and I can't recommend him enough. He makes really cool, intuitive, and a lot of really funny parts too. So check him out. Well, there is one more thing that I did to the Land Cruiser today that I was doing off camera, but I'll show you guys now, and that is working AC. And it's cold. I'm actually pretty surprised. This thing was in the 30s a couple minutes ago. Let this thing just catch up, and you'll see that temperature will just keep going down. It's actually not even all the way charged, and it's not leaking. It's holding it, so I'm gonna add a little bit more refrigerant and then call it good. You can see it's getting down to the 30s right now. But man, it is nice to have AC in this truck. This also is so cool. So badass to have that up there. And then of course we got all of our valve caps done that we can't lose because they're stuck to the actual valve core itself now. Pretty cool. And the battery mount. So quite a lot done to the Land Cruiser for one afternoon. I'm happy with it. Let's bring the dirt bike in here. All right, so this is my 2020 CRF250F. If you guys have been watching the channel for a while, you know I had a KTM 250X CW. And honestly, I downgraded into the play bike because I'm just faster on this bike. It's not as aggressive as the KTM. It's a lot easier for me to ride, so that's why I got it. And I lifted it, I put a bunch of parts on it to get it up to my height. So today we're going to be installing an exhaust on this thing because it is way too quiet. The exhaust we're going to be installing is from Tuscany Racing. We had this sent all the way from Brazil. These are supposed to be really good exhausts, and for about $360, they're way cheaper than the Yoshimura and other US available brands. So starting off, I think all we have to do is pop this plastic off here. That's 1 8mm. We'll pop that guy off, and then we'll unbolt the header from the head, the exhaust from the frame, and then we'll just put the new one on. Should be a pretty quick and easy install. Let's do a quick before and after of the sound. The old exhaust is off, and that came off about as fast as it did on camera, like 5 minutes, and that thing came right off of there, really easy. So first things first, you can see that compared to the new exhaust, the old exhaust has a much smaller piping diameter on the exhaust system, as you can see here. So we are going up in our exhaust diameter. This new one also has this little resonator chamber on it, kind of like the bomb on the FMF exhausts. It's very similar, but done in a different way that I haven't seen here in the States very often. As far as the silencer goes, the factory Honda one does have a spark arrestor. The Tuscany one does not. So we are gonna have to get one of those and retrofit it into this silencer. But I mean, besides that, it looks really good. It comes with some hardware. This is the only bolt that it came with, which is for the silencer. I think we're gonna reuse this factory bolt here for the front mount right there. So let's go ahead and toss this thing on there. We're just gonna reuse the header gasket. I think it should be fine. This bike only has like 10 hours on it, and we'll see how it goes. It is the moment of truth. Let's see how she sounds. Here we go. I don't want to beat on it too hard right now because it's still warming up, but I can tell you just as it's sitting here idling, it is way louder than it was before, and I can tell it kind of wants to bark, and I think it's going to sound pretty good. Kind of sounds like when the 426 and the 400s first came out back in like the late 90s and early 2000s. It has that like bumper punch to it, and it sounds really good. Let's hit the limiter. Yeah, it sounds good. All right, so final thoughts. It's pretty loud, but it's not ear-piercing loud. I do hope that when I install the spark arrestor, it gets just a little bit quieter. But overall, I'm really happy with it. Installed really easy, no problems, really fast and simple. Good customer service from Tuscany as well. Since you have to order these from Brazil, you do have to send payment through PayPal. It took a while to get here, but yeah, I'm happy with it. I love this bike. It's fun to take it on the trails. It's just perfect. Easy to ride, fun, gets great gas mileage. Couldn't be happier with it. It's an awesome bike.